What's up, guys? This is your boy Leo, the Hungry Fan, where we like to eat food and talk about sports. This is my first ever video, and this is a brand new channel. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys follow me, and I hope we can be on this journey together. So real quick, today we're just having a tuna sandwich with cheese. So you can see right there, with some chips, some Doritos Tex-Mex. And of course, I have to drink water, because water is better than any other beverage. I don't like those sugary beverages. So today is a homemade meal. I'm gonna try and do in between for each episode. I'm gonna try and do like one where I go out and buy food and bring in another homemade meal. You know what I say? So you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to always be food from outside or food from homemade. So I'm gonna try and mix it up. So anyways, today we're going to talk about the quarterfinal game today as I spill a little bit of tuna out of my sandwich. That's totally okay. Going to talk about today France versus Morocco. I'm going to do a little bit of a breakdown. Sorry, I'm cleaning up the tuna I just spilled. But we're going to do a little bit of a breakdown. We're just going to talk about both teams real briefly, and then at the end I'm going to give my prediction of what I believe will happen and who I believe will win. So we're going to start off with Morocco, since they are the underdogs. Personally, I believe that they're a great team. They had a great showing in the last World Cup. They got to the semifinals, ended up earning a fourth spot. But very tough team with a lot of very talented players. I feel like they're very strong on all their lines, and they're also a very opportunistic team, which means they don't really need that many chances to score goals, which I think that's really important. I think that's really important because so many times in soccer or football, you see so many teams have so many chances, and they just can't put it away. And then the other team that maybe didn't play better comes out one time, scores one goal. So I think having that level of efficiency is very important, especially against a team like France, who is extremely stacked on all lines, especially their up front three. I mean, that has to be one of the fastest teams I've ever seen and most skilled teams I've ever seen, but we'll get into them a little bit. But I believe against a team like France, any chance you have to put it away. So I think that is a very good virtue that Morocco has, is that Morocco doesn't need many chances to score goals. As proven in most of their games in group stage, their prior game against Canada, they came down like 3 times on them, scored 3 goals. So they're very efficient offensively. They have tons of skilled players in the midfield, on the wings, up front. They have a strong defense. They're a physical team, but they're also a team that can move the ball around and have that finesse. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup, I believe, and it's going to be a really hard matchup for France. I don't think France is going to have it as easy. I mean, France in the game prior against Paraguay, and even though Paraguay had a more defensive setup for the game, they didn't look like the France of the group stage and those games. So I believe today, with a team with a good defense, a good midfield, and a good attack, and also a team that's efficient, I think they could have their work cut out for them. But as far as France, I mean, what can we really say? I mean, their starting 11 is stacked. Their defense is amazing. Not their defense. Their substitutes are amazing. I mean, they could just sub in anybody, and it's just as good as the guy who came out. Their top 3 with Mbappe, Dembele, Olise, Barcola. I mean, you just have so much speed and so much skill, because not only are they fast, but they're very skilled and very high IQ players. They have an excellent defense. They have a very good goalie. They have a great midfield, a midfield that can lock down defensively, but also they have midfielders like Rabiot, who can make plays, who can send these guys through. when these guys get into the back line of your defense, they get behind your defense, I mean, you're in trouble because you're more than likely not going to catch any of them. I mean, the French counterattacks are just extreme. I don't know there's any team in the world that can keep up with those counterattacks. They're just so speedy and so much skill, and also just very intelligent players. They just seem to always make the right pass. They're always where they need to be. The ball always gets to where it needs to be. So, besides the last game, because the opponent set up a more defensive, I mean, Paraguay really just didn't really attack. They kind of weren't even looking to attack. They were just playing defense and trying not to get hammered. It makes it more difficult when the team is just packed in. I mean, they were all just in the box. It's really hard to get the ball in. So with that being said, they got a PK, which it was a penalty kick, and they managed to still get the win. So it proves that France is not only just about winning with finesse. France can get ugly wins too, which is really important because some teams can only win in a certain way, and then when the game gets physical or the game gets ugly, they really struggle. So France, to me, is proven that, yeah, we can play with finesse and we can move the ball around and we can move the ball around quickly, but also if the game gets physical and ugly, they can do the same. And like I said, at any point, any counterattack from that team, it's more than likely just going to be a goal. So what I would expect out of Morocco is, number one, try and limit counterattacks, which is hard. But to do that, you got to be careful how much you push up. I think they're going to have to be a little bit more wary of how they push up. Because if you push up too much against teams like these, I mean, they steal the ball, they get on a counterattack. I mean, those three guys up top, you're not catching any of them. So they're going to have to really be careful how they push up. They're going to have to, I think, slow down the possession a little bit more, play the ball around, and just make sure that they don't get caught in bad positioning, because you don't want to do that against this team. I think they might play back a little bit more just to avoid that counterattack. I think they might bring their lines back a little bit more. Maybe, I would say, last 10, 15 minutes of first and second half, maybe the beginning 5 minutes to 10 minutes of the second half, you might see them push up a little bit, press up. Maybe in the beginning of the game, I could see Morocco pushing up and pressing up high. But then as the half progresses, they will push back. And then maybe in the last 10 minutes, they'll try and push back up again, see if they can get something. And I think they'll do the same in the second half. Just think against a team like France, you just can't really push up like crazy, even if you think you have them, because, like I said, just one lethal counterattack. As far as France, I mean, there's not much to say about France. France can really play any way. France can play possession. France can play counterattack. France can play physical. But I personally think they're going to come out and just try and hammer them, just like they do with every team. As they should. Then I'll come out and just try and hammer them. They're going to try and put them away. Personally, if I could give a quick prediction, I think France is going to win 2-1. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a good game, a very interesting matchup. But at the end of the day, I think they'll edge them. I don't know if it's going to be in full time or they might go to extra time. I don't know. I'm just predicting that they're going to win 2-1. I don't know what time. But again, extremely interesting matchup. Two teams, like I said, Morocco is going to be a really tough matchup. They're a really tough team. They're a fast team. They're good with possession. They're physical. They get after it. They have a good defense. They have a good midfield. They have a good attack. They could really move the ball around well. They're efficient. They're a team that, they don't need many opportunities to score a goal. And that's what I think is going to be very important for them in this matchup. But they're going to have to be careful personally, I would say they're gonna have to be careful of how they're pushing up, and their attacks are probably gonna be more possession, a bit more slower, maybe run a little clock, because like I said, you want to limit mistakes, and you don't want to push up too high against a team of this caliber with that speed up front. And France also a very efficient team. I mean, those guys get down the field, they get a chance and they bury it too. So they're gonna have to be, I'm not saying they're gonna have to play the perfect game, but they're gonna have to like just not make a lot of mistakes. You got to be careful with mistakes, no bad passes. You got to try and cut any type of counterattacks that they could possibly get. Like I said, this is my first video. Unfortunately, the World Cup is at the quarterfinals, but I will make videos for all the other games. Tomorrow there's another game. Not quite sure who it is yet, but I will have an episode of post-game reaction to however this game ends. And then same thing, talking about the other two teams, and then giving my prediction while eating something different. But I mean, as far as the food real quick, I mean, this tuna sandwich is here. It's just mayo, tuna, and cheese with some chips in it. I mean, you can't really go wrong. I don't know if you guys can see, it's Tex-Mex. Excellent flavor. So to me, this is just, reminds me of when I was a little kid, when you go swimming and you get that sandwich, or like a ham and cheese with mayo with the chips. Can't go wrong with that. I would like for you guys to post your predictions, your favorite to win the tournament, and any foods that you guys enjoy on game day. I will try and find them and see, or do the best I can to come closest to what I can find. So you guys feel free to comment and let me know any foods you guys like on game day. Also feel free to comment your predictions for today's game, tomorrow's game, any game, who you think is going to win the tournament. As far as the channel, I want to get into that just a little bit. As far as the channel, sorry, I'm trying to like break this in half. As far as the channel, it's gonna be like I said, sports. It's gonna be like hanging out with your buddies, and get some food, get some drinks, and you just talk about sports. That's what it is. So right now we're talking about soccer or football because, you know, the World Cup's going on and everything, but I'm also going to be talking about basketball. I'm going to be talking about football, American football. Mainly it'll be those three because those are the three sports I know most, and those are the three sports that I'm mainly interested in. So, you know, maybe throughout the week, maybe expect videos about like NBA free agency. I'm a big San Antonio Spurs fan, huge fan, seen all their titles, the whole thing. Very disappointing finals. But I mean, yeah, so we're going to talk about more than just, you know, soccer. But today, you know, since the game starts, at least here, because I live in Spain, at least here the game starts at 10. So I just wanted to, like, before the game starts, I just wanted to give my predictions and kind of break down the teams a little bit, kind of let you guys know my thoughts, and invite you into my world, invite you into the channel, which I hope many of you follow. I hope many of you subscribe, like, comment, share with everybody. And you know, if you're eating and there's a game on, and you know you're eating alone and you want to eat with a buddy and listen to sports, hey man, you know, I'm your guy. I got food right here. It's delicious. It's a great day out talking about sports. I mean, what else could a man want, right? Or female, or a woman. Well, if you're a woman and you like sports, and hey, I'm your guy too. But yeah, so real quick, just wanted to break down personally. Like I said, I believe France will win today, just because they're just such a great team. They're so overpowered. I feel like that team, even playing badly, is capable of pulling out a win. So to me personally, they're my favorites to win the tournament. If not, at least one of my favorites to reach the final. I mean, like I said, their team is just amazing, and It's a team that even if they play badly, they can still beat you because they just have so much star power, so many individuals, so many people that could just make a great play at any time, which in any sport, you know, you have guys that can just make plays at any time. I mean, that's huge. So, like I said, I'm very happy. You know, it's kind of like a short episode. Didn't want to make it too crazy today because it's my first ever home. But so I wanted to invite people into the episode, break down today's game. Also, let you know what the channel is about, really. And like I said, I'll be getting into more things, NBA, NFL. Really, those things, those are the sports I know most about. Soccer, football, American football, basketball. Those are the things I know most about. Oh, sorry. You have to hydrate. You have to drink water. Because if you don't hydrate, then what the hell are you doing? So, and drink with electrolytes. That's actually hydrating. But regardless of that, tuna flying everywhere. But yeah, so I'll definitely be getting into those worlds. I mean, NBA free agency has been around. You know, draft. Very happy with my boys' draft, by the way. So we'll be getting into that. But right now, like I said, since we got this game today, is the World Cup. I mean, come on. We got this game today. To me, it's going to be an excellent game. Very interesting matchup. I'm very excited to watch this game. Personally, I think France will take it, but Morocco is going to be a tough matchup, man. It's going to be a very tough matchup. I mean, will we see an upset today? That'd be great, right? I would love it if we saw an upset today. That would be incredible. But, you know, it's like I said, I feel like France is star power. I know having stars doesn't necessarily mean your team's great. I mean, look at the Lakers. Tons of teams that have superstars and they don't really win anything, but at the same time, stars are stars for a reason. They're players that can make a difference at any point and really change the outcome of any game. And I mean, Mbappe, Dembele, great. You know, those are dudes that can just change the game at any point. They beat two guys and shoot a missile into the net, and you're like, well, you know, you can play well, and all it takes is one individual effort from one of those guys, and it changes everything. So, like I said, today Morocco is really going to have to be careful the way they attack. I think their attack is going to have to be more patient, and you know, they're going to have to be really careful because you do not want to be giving up counterattacks to these guys, because it's going to be, if they're caught off foot and they're caught in bad positioning, it's going to be a really long night for them, because they're not going to stop any of these guys and expect them to just take them on one-on-one most of the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for the wings for France, Morocco has kind of like a zone defense, like they have them stacked. So, like, just in case you get past one guy, there's another guy and another guy. So, playing like a block type of defense, like having one guy here, the other guy close behind, another guy close by, you know. So, really, you're guarding them with like three guys, but it's like a zone. Because, like I said, these guys they're elite and they're lethal, and you just can't give them an inch. You can't give them anything. So, that is my prediction for today. Welcome to the first episode of Leo the Hungry Man. If you watch this, even if you're like one of 10 people, I want to thank you so much. And here's a tip for you. We can share our food. I would like to thank you so much if you watch this episode. And I hope you subscribe, and I hope that you continue to follow my journey as we have fun chatting with some food. Like everybody, like who doesn't like talking about sports and eating food, right? It's like the two most amazing things in the world. Three things: music, food, and sports are incredible. So hope you guys can join me. You know, I would like not only to hear your sports predictions or your sports analysis or your views. Don't be afraid to like rebuttal anything I say, or if I say something wrong, feel free to comment and correct it. You know, you don't have to be rude, but you can correct it. You know, we're all human, we all make mistakes. What matters is that we're all here together, enjoying a good meal and building a community. That's what truly matters. And feel free, if you have any food ideas, I don't care where you're from, or if you have any game day ideas, any game day meals you guys eat, game day foods, and you comment them, I will do my best to get that food or as close as I possibly can. And like I said, I'm gonna try and mix between home cooked meals and eating out, because I don't want to like eat out all the time. I mean, come on, we gotta try and stay healthy too. But so like I said, please share, like, subscribe, share with everybody, your mom, your dad, your friend, your grandma, everybody. Feel free to comment your predictions, comment what you think, any input, anything you'd want me to talk about. Feel free. I will read as many comments as I possibly can. I don't know how many I'm gonna get, but hopefully the more this channel grows, the more comments I get, so then it becomes harder for me to read all of them. But any game day meals, that'd be great. So anyway, guys, this is Leo the Hungry Fan. We're here, we enjoy good food and talk about sports. And I hope you guys have an incredible day. I love you guys. Peace.